Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Okay, all right. There's the bell. All right. Wow, it's really, really cold today. All right. So, okay. So go ahead and do the do now and press pause, and then we'll resume. Okay. All right. Let's start the do now. Okay. So, all right. So looking at the questions. All right. What is what are the two families here? Yep. 4A and A. Right. So 4A plus A. How many A's are there? Yeah, 5A, right? Because this is 1, right? So 4 plus 1 is 5 plus the 9, and then that's it. Okay, all right, so Unit 7, Day 20, homework tonight's the same place, okay? All right, video, quiz is tomorrow, okay? 10 questions. I just did the quiz yesterday. It's, I think it's 3 or 4 one-step equation questions from last week. And then the rest of them are combining like terms. Okay, by the way, so speaking of which, actually, let me pause the video because what I'm gonna do right now is, should I do it now? I'm going to release the video lesson for combining like terms. Okay, you know those like video lessons that are 20 minutes long that I used to do to help you guys review for quizzes and exams. Let me go ahead and release that right now. Okay, don't get that confused with this lesson. This is just a regular everyday lesson. All right, that one's a little bit different. All right, okay, hold on. Okay, so I just posted and made public the video on my channel. So if you go to tonight's blog, you will see this. All right, so the announcement that quiz is tomorrow, and then here's a review. Should you want to? Okay, the video. How long is the video? I don't know. How long is the video? I don't know. I can't see. Okay, all right. So let's see. Okay, all right. What else? All right, let's go to the Q&A. Okay, so tomorrow's the quiz. Okay, so now, coincidentally speaking, tomorrow's the end of the third marking period. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed because I had you guys write this in your agenda books at the beginning of the year. So tomorrow's the end of the third marking period. I guess the foremost question many of you are thinking is like, are you guys gonna get report cards? My answers to that is I don't know. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna get the report card grades to you guys, assuming we're gonna do report card grades. Okay, again, I don't know. So, so assuming that we have to do it, all right, and this is why perhaps some of you are trying to get your work into your other subject teachers, okay, because they're aware of it too. So we're gonna figure it out school-wide what to do with the third marking period grades. Assuming that I will not be forced to use your quiz grades from the last 2 weeks, okay, assuming that I don't have to use it, I think right now I'm leaning towards just using the one unit test that you guys took and the 2 quizzes that we took in class before all this happened 3 weeks ago. So I think I'm gonna stick with using those grades because it's been a very topsy-turvy past 3 weeks, and I'm very hesitant to use any grades from the last 3 weeks because of that. You know, I mean, you could think of like 5 reasons off the top of your head why I will be hesitant to do so. So, and I think hopefully by next Monday, if not, because right now I'm waiting for a lot of decisions to be made that I can't make on my own. So maybe Monday, all right, hopefully Tuesday at the latest, I will send an email to your parents stating the same, all right? Now, things are, of course, bound to, subject to change, but we'll see, all right? I'll try to give you the, as soon as anything becomes official, I will make an announcement, okay? All right. For my homeroom and for actually all of you, your homeroom teachers are setting up Google Classrooms just for homeroom. So do all of us a favor and go in and sign in for the day. Now to sign in, technically speaking, on Google Classroom, there's going to be first an official class just for homeroom. All right, and then you go in there, you accept the invitation on Google, and then you go in there, and then you what do? There's going to be an assignment every day for attendance, and all you have to do is go into that assignment and then just press like hand in or something, I think. Okay, because I don't know how these different teachers are doing it, but for my homeroom, all they have to do is go in. They don't even need to answer any questions. They just go into the assignment itself and just say turn it in, and then you'll be marked present. All right. The Now, just like school, right, that ends at 3 p.m. every day, like that's how attendance is going to be taken. So try to do that before 3 p.m. Okay, because there's a lot of people who are doing the work in the background that needs your participation there. So make your life easy for them. Friday, it's going to be a quiz again. All right, put your full name and your homeroom number. All right. Some people are doing it, a lot of people aren't. So, okay, late homeworks. I got an email yesterday from one of your classmates pertaining late homeworks. Guys, I've never changed my policy on homeworks, right? Like I always let you make it up. So try to make everything up by tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So you know how like tomorrow's the end of the marking period. So get everything in by 3 p.m. tomorrow. How about that? All right. Let's see. Tomorrow's quiz, please don't skip any questions. Tomorrow, let's do the same thing. Let me give you the quiz. What should we do? What did we do last week? We did the lesson first, right? Yeah, so no, actually. No, what did we do last Friday? Hold on, let me press pause. Let me just take a look at what happened last Friday. Okay, last Friday we did the lesson first, so we'll do the same. So we'll have a 20-minute lesson, and then I'll give you 20 to 25 minutes to do the quiz. Okay. Now, since tomorrow's the end of the marking period, try to finish it by 3 o'clock. Okay. I think that's just a good clean cut way of for me to see your grades. By the way, I got something funny to tell you. So last Friday, because the website actually shows me your grades as you submit them, so I was actually just sitting in my chair like for like an hour looking at the grades come in, and it was like the most exciting thing like all week. It's like watching a sports game, like you watch the scores come in, so yeah, I know it's kind of sad. All right, okay, so let's see. We don't need to talk about that because I'm emailing your parents next week. Quiz Friday tips. Okay, I don't know why I wrote tips. What do I have to tell you? All right, don't skip any questions on the quiz. Oh, I know. Guys, don't get too worked up with the quiz. Okay? I do want you to take it seriously, but don't put any more pressure on yourself than you have to, okay? Just treat it like it's an assignment. Okay? So take your time, use your notebook, all right? Write things out. And remember, you can use those arrows on each end of the page, right? When you do the quiz, you can go back and forth, all right? Just make sure, right, at the very end, you have to submit. You have to submit the thing twice. It's going to say submit, right? And then afterwards, remember that there's a pop-up window like homework every day, and it says you're about to submit something, and then you click on that button, right? Click on that, and then when you get a final confirmation saying that it's been submitted, right, that's when you know you've submitted it. So make sure you do that, okay? Okay, all right, so let's go to today's lesson. Now, there's no Khan Academy video or anything video to watch. I just really want to practice with you. Okay, so here's what we've done so far. We did that yesterday. Okay, so today what I want to do is this. I would like you to write this down first. All right, combining like terms and one-step equations. So write this down. Press pause and copy this real quick. Okay, now, how are these three questions different from anything you've seen so far this week? Look, compare this with this? How are they different? No, let me bring this up a little higher. So again, how does this compare to this? This to this. How are they different? Yeah, there's an equal sign, right? So in other words, you're not just combining like terms anymore. There's an equation to solve. Okay, so let me show you. All right, we'll do these three together and then that'll be it. Okay, so here you have the same families, right? So what's 6x plus 3x? Right, 9x. 9x equals 18, right? 9 times x is 18, so what's the opposite of multiplication? Right, division. And there you have it. That's it. That's all there is to this. Okay, that's why there are only 3 questions. Let's do one more. Same family. So that's 3x equals to 27, right? Again, divided by 3, and there you have it, 9. Okay, now try this last one on your own because I think, yeah, that's all the questions I got for you. So press pause and try it. Okay, all right, here we go. 10x minus 5x is 5x equals 45, right? Divide both sides by 5. X is 9. Okay, that's it. All right, moving on. How are we doing on time, by the way? Yeah, all right. Okay, let's see. Now I'm trying something a little bit different, okay? And that is we're going to use some geometry ideas and use that with combining like terms. Okay, so this is a little more challenging. Is this a 6th grade or 7th grade topic? I think it's probably a little bit of both. Now, here we talked about, oh no, we didn't talk about triangles yet. That's 8. Yeah, that's unit 8. Okay, all right, so here we have a triangle with 3 sides, right? And all 3 sides are different. How do you know all 3 sides are different? The way we write them are different, right? That's x plus 3, that's 2x minus 1. So here's my question. What's the perimeter of this triangle? Now, that will require you to know what a perimeter is, right? What's the perimeter of a shape? Yeah, it's the distance around it, right? That's what a perimeter is. How do you find perimeter? Right, you add all 3 sides. So for example, if I have a triangle, right, first side is 1, second side is 2, third side is 3 units long. What's the perimeter? Right, 1 plus 2 plus 3, that's 6, right? That would be the perimeter. So think about that for a second then. If I have to add all 3 sides up, right? If I have to find the perimeter of this shape, I would have to add all 3 sides up, meaning I would have to take x. Now I'm going to use a parentheses just so that you can see the 3 different sides, okay? Technically, you don't need it. I'm going to add x plus 3, right? That's the second side. Now this is not going to be on the quiz, I'm just telling you now, okay? So relax a little bit. All right, plus the third side. Okay, so now I could technically take the parentheses away, but doesn't entirely matter. So what I'm going to do is find the same family. So same family, same family, same family, right? X plus 2x. What's that? Yeah, 4x, right? And then what's the other family? Oh, okay. All right, right. What is that? 3 minus 1, right? So that's 2. And there you go. There's your perimeter. Okay? Now, do me a favor. Knowing that, try this one right now. Okay? On your own. So press pause and try this one on your own right now. Okay. All right. And we're back. So to find the perimeter, we would have to add the 3 sides up. So let's go clockwise. So I'll put in parentheses 2x minus 1 plus x plus x plus 9. All right. So here I have two different families, right? The X family and the number family. So let's see. So we have 2x plus x plus x, that's 4x again. Now, this is -1 plus 9, but I mentioned this a few times in the past week already, right? You can just do 9 minus 1. It's the same thing. So it's 4x plus 8. That's the perimeter. Okay. Now, with that said, now we have a square here, right? How do I know that it's a square? It's because these two sides are the same. So if these two sides of a square or rectangle are the same, that means the rest of them are the same. So that would make this a square. Okay. Now, how to find the perimeter? Well, we'll add all four sides up together. So in other words, now let's write this out, okay? So 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3 plus 4z plus 3. All right, and so let's find the like family, right? So we got the z family 4 times. Okay, and so we got the 3 family, right? So let's see what that looks like when we combine them. So that's 4, 4, 4, 4. That's 16z plus 3, 3, 3, 3, 12. There you go. There's your perimeter. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, hey, Mr. Ring, why don't I just take this side and multiply it by 4, right? Because there's 4 of these, right? But the thing is, that's our next topic. That's our topic starting Friday. Okay, which is the distributive property. So in other words, starting this Friday, we're going to talk about how to turn this into this. Okay, which is another way of simplifying something, by the way. So just as combining like terms simplifies an expression, distributive property also simplifies an expression, but in a different way. It's a second way of doing it. Okay, now with that said, let me set this up for you first. Now, I hope you recognize that this is a rectangle, right? Because these two sides are different, right? That means this side is the same thing as this side, and this side is the same thing as this side. So go ahead, press pause. All right, and then get started. Okay, all right, and we're back. So let's see, let me write it out. So the perimeter is, I'm gonna add, so I'm just gonna go around, okay? Like so, okay? So here we have x plus x plus x plus x, that's 4x. 7 plus 2 plus 7 plus 2, that's 18. And there you have it. There's your perimeter, okay, as an expression. Okay, all right, now, how are we doing on time? Okay, good. By the way, the topics, for today, it's a little more what? It's more complex than what we've been doing earlier. So if you feel the need to go back to rewind for 5 minutes and then watch this again, you're perfectly okay to do so. Okay, because what I'm about to show you, it's even more difficult. Okay, let's see. We have 20. How many more minutes do you spend? Let's say you spend 5, another 5 total. Okay, so what are we doing? All right, so that's 25. 25. Let's see. Let's see, 25. Yeah, 10 more minutes. Okay, all right. Now, look at this. All right, this is bonus. Now, I don't know, what sort of bonus this is because I can't technically give you extra points here. Doesn't work like that. So, so here we go. All right, now, This is strange, right? Because what we've been doing for the past week is we've been working with variables, expressions, and then even today, shapes, right? So now you're looking at this, you're like, wait, what's going on? It's nothing but words. Like, what's happening here? All right. And what I'm trying to say is we can actually do word problems with combining like terms, right? And not only that, on top of that, we can do word problems with shapes with combining like terms. Okay. Now this is like, I mean, we're like really deep into 7th grade territory, but I want to try this with you because I figure some of you would appreciate this challenge. Okay, so if you don't understand it, you can just rewatch this. Okay, don't sweat it. Like, not putting it on the quiz or anything, but I think this is a good thing for everyone to at least try. Okay, all right. Now, first of all, it says rectangle. I'm gonna tell you now. All right, when you do geometry questions, at any point this year, next year, or in high school, all right. If you see a question that mentions a shape, draw the shape first. Okay, you don't have to draw the perfect shape. You just have to recognize that this is a rectangle when you draw it. Okay. Now, we all know that this is the width of a rectangle, and this is the length, right? So I'm putting slashes there to show you that. Now, think about this. The width of a rectangle is twice its length. Now, first of all, the wording is not great, right? So think about twice its length. So if the width is twice the length, how do you write that? How do you write twice the length as an expression? Yeah, 2L, right? So here we got the length. Here we got the width. But we're not going to write width. We're going to write this because width is 2 times the length. So instead of writing the width here, that's the width in terms of the length is 2 times it. Is 2L, in other words, right? Because by doing that, now we can combine like terms. Okay, again, the width of a rectangle, right? The width of a rectangle is twice its length. Now, I know it makes no sense. Like, so what are you saying? Like, you're saying the width is longer than the length? Yeah, that's what it's saying. Okay, which means like this drawing is technically incorrect, but I think for our purpose, it helps us see things clearly. Okay, so find the algebraic expression, right? Expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So how do you find the perimeter? Right, that's length, and that's 2 times length, right? So perimeter is, I'm going to go like this, okay? I can go length plus 2L, right? I'm just adding all 4 sides up. And then this last one. And then now, they're all in the same family, right? So length plus 2L, L plus 2 is 3L, plus L is 4L, 4L, 6L. That's it. So the perimeter is 6L. The perimeter is 6 times the length. You can look at it like that. Okay, it's not easy because I think the toughest part is translating this language. Width is twice its length. All right, I can imagine that this is the toughest thing to tackle. Okay, so let's do one more. All right, so the width of a rectangle, again, a rectangle, so I'm going to draw a rectangle. All right, it's 6 more than twice its length. Now look at this, right? I'm just not making things easy for you. The width, so again, that's the width. That's the actual length, right? The width of a rectangle, 6 more than, so let me write it out because I just want to follow this, right? 6 more than twice its length. How do you write that, right? If L, right, stands for length, how do you write that the width is 6 more than twice its length? Remember the game of bingo that we did? How do you write 6 more than twice a number? Yeah, 2L, right, plus 6. So that means this guy again is 2L plus 6. And this guy is just L, right? So that means that's 2L plus 6, right? Because opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, right? Now there's a word for it. We call it congruent. Okay, we don't say equal. We'll get into that later. So this is the same. So that's also L. So we got L's here, right? The lengths, and then we got the widths, which is both 2L plus 6. So let's write that out. So we have L plus 2L plus 6 plus L plus 2L plus 6. Yeah, right? That's all four sides here, right? First side, second side, third side, fourth side. Okay. Who's in the same family? Right? Oops, should be this. Right? And then they got the number family. So L plus 2L is 3. Another 3, that's 6L's. Right? 6 plus 6 is what? 12. Yep. So there you go. That's the perimeter of this shape. Okay? Now, having said that, I'm going to leave this question up here. All right? Go ahead and try this one. Let me see how the time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, press pause. Take 5 minutes if you need to. Okay? Take 5. I actually don't really. I don't mind if you take more time. Okay? I really want to see if you can get this. If you get this, I'm gonna be pretty happy. So take 5 minutes. All right, 5 to 8 minutes. Press pause and try this on your own. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So let's see. Now, what does it say? All right, rectangle again. So the length of a rectangle, right? You got the length. And we got the width of a rectangle, okay? So the length of a rectangle is 5 more than its width. So now I actually switched it up on you. You know how I use you see how the width of a rectangle here, right? In the second question, now I switch around. So length. So this wouldn't be a W anymore. This is actually a L. So length is, right? Length is 5 more than its width. How do you write that? 5 more than its width. 5 more than a number. How do you write 5 more than a number? Yeah, W plus 5. Okay, right? Got that? Right? Length is 5 more than the width. So in other words, instead of writing L here, this is W plus 5. And that's just W, right? Width, right? Width doesn't change. Width is 5 more than its width. That's the length. So that means that's a W. That's a W plus 5. Okay, all right. So what's the perimeter? All right, I'm going to start at the top side, all right? Plus W plus 5 plus W. Okay, so let's see who's in the same family. Okay, let's see. So W, 4W, right? 5 plus 5, 10. There you go, all right? So if you get it right, congrats. You can pat yourself on the back, all right? Absolutely fantastic if you get this right, okay? Not easy, because first of all, I switched this on you, right? So if you can do this, then you could probably do the rest. Okay, so all right, you know what? This is a lot of information, so let's stop it. No, you can't do that yet. Okay, all right. So yeah, let's stop this today. All right. Thanks for watching. Good job. Okay, and don't forget. All right, tomorrow we'll have our lesson first for about 20 minutes on the next topic, and then you can do the quiz. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Don't tell me you don't miss that bell.
OMG, that was so good.